What's up, y'all? Welcome back to DDG. I'm your host, and today we got a special one. I think this is one of my favorite in my stash. So I want to say it's part of my top 10. I could be wrong, but it's kind of one of my favorite because of some of the features that it has. But before we get to this car, I want y'all to first like, comment, subscribe, hit your post notifications so that anytime I drop a video, you guys be the first to get it. So with that being said, I'm about to show you one of my favorites that come from my stash. So I'm about to set y'all up on this here, and y'all about to see exactly what I'm talking about. Y'all ready? Here we go. The Jaguar F-Pace SVR. And this is one of my favorites that's coming out of my stash, simply because of not just the look of it, but a lot of the features that this car came with. And I remember first buying this Jag when it was first presented on AliExpress, before they did just the regular F-Pace. This was the very first ones that they sold. And I like these a lot better than the regular ones, because not only because of the graphics, but because of the features that it has, and especially design interior on this. And so I was happy when I was able to snatch one of these up before they kind of disappeared from AliExpress. Now they just got the regular ones. I don't see these anymore. So I was happy that I was able to snatch one of these up. And I'm going to show you guys a lot of the features on this Jaguar F-Pace SVR. Well, before we get into the features, I just want to give you a little bit of a rundown as to what exactly is this Jaguar F-Pace SVR comprised of. So this is a 2018, and under the hood is a 5.0 liter supercharged V8 engine delivering 542 horsepower, okay, making it the most powerful F-Pace ever. It accelerates from 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds. That's a little bit under 4 seconds, and features enhanced chassis and aerodynamics. So I really like what they did with this F-Pace right here. Like, they really did a good job with this. Like I said, it's 0 to 60 in 3.8, top speed about 178 miles per hour. And the drivetrain is all-wheel drive, automatic transmission. Now, fuel economy, city 18 miles per gallon, highway 23. It seats 5, and the exterior features is larger air intakes, hood vents. It has side fender vents, as you can see, and a rear spoiler for improved aerodynamics. Quad tailpipes with variable, and let's look at the quad tailpipes. There you go. Quad tailpipes. So we'll look at that. Quad tailpipes with variable valves. The interior features is a performance seats, new steering wheel, Pivi Pro infotainment system. Other notable features: it has an available 12.3-inch instrument panel display, standard stability control, and standard Bluetooth. Okay, so this is a 2018, as I said, and so to actually put this in perspective, this is a very, very good looking Jag right here. I love that Jag logo on the side of the door. Like, that is what really caught my attention. And I think with that, I really wanted to I really wanted to really profound on that, because uh, that is the reason that was one of the reasons why I took interest in getting this particular model right here, because of all of the, you can see the SVR written on top. You can see the Jaguar written across the window. You can also see the racing stripe going on the left side of the truck, going all the way through. And it does run down the back, as you can see. So I thought this was probably the coolest Jag, to me, in my book, that they did, the F-Pace SVR. And, you know, there are certain Jaguars that, you know, that didn't really catch my eye, but this one right here, I gotta admit, this Jaguar really caught my eye. And I gotta say that this one definitely put the perspective on the 2018 model year of this Jag. And so, with that being said, this is just one of their, you know, one of their good or great F-Pace models, especially when you're crossing over into the SVR sector. You know, that just means you have more horsepower, more stability, more torque, and you get definitely a lot of added features to it as well. You know, it does have 516 pound-feet of torque. So, like I said, it's just in under 4 seconds that it has that 0 to 60. You know, and that is what I like about this Jag F-Pace. It really, like, it really boasts a lot. It has a lot of boasting. And so the 575 edition is they have a 575 edition that I forgot to mention also, that it's a special edition model with a 575 horsepower engine. So they do have a 575 edition of this F-Pace. In case you want to know, the wheels are 21-inch diamond turned wheels. It has features like the recalibrated handling, the throttle response, dynamic launch for enhanced performance. So interior, it has leather seats, heated seats, and a Meridian sound system. So this Jag is, I want to say, is top of the line for their lineup, and I like it. I really do. I really like it. It's to me, it's very impressive for what Jag put on the table as far as the SVR lineup. And I gotta say that this is really nice. So let's look at price, because I think that's one thing that we have to check out. So we want to go back to 2018 and see what the prices were for the F-Pace back in 2018. Now let's look a little bit into that. So back in 2018, this SVR had a starting MSRP of $80,000. It started at $80,000, including destination. So here's a more detailed breakdown. So the SVR's model starting MSRP was $80,985. Incomes and a destination fee. Okay. Now, if you're getting a used SVR, they can be found for prices ranging anywhere from starting at 20,000 to about that. Now 20,000's on the low end. That's on the low end for a used SVR. Now, if you find a used one on the high end, it'll probably go as high as about 72,995. Then that's only if you're trying to get it on the high end. They do have other trim levels for the F-Pace, because they also got trim levels like the 25T Premium, the 20D Prestige, the 35T Prestige, and the S. So these are different trim levels that the F-Pace comes in. And you can find used Jaguar F-Pace models at various dealerships and online platforms. But that's pretty much where the pricing is on these Jags. Like I said, you'd be lucky to find one on the low end at about 20. But one that may not have high mileage, but is used, like I said, on the high end, you're probably looking at around 72, 73. So, you know, it's still in that, on the high end, it's still near that, almost near that $80,000 price range when it was purchased new. You know, so if you get a SVR at 72, more than likely the mileage is not that high. It's probably low mileage. And like I said, on the low end 20,000, you're probably looking at a high mileage Jag SVR. You know, so yeah. So that's pretty much what you're going to get with this Jaguar F-Pace SVR. Now, let's check out some of the features on this thing, because that's kind of where I'm at with this. So I want to say first, as you can see, the wheels are black. Now, these wheels did not come black. They were aluminum. But I took the initiative to paint the wheels black. Also, I wanted to do the green calipers. As you can see, the green calipers with on the side right there, you can see the green in between the wheels. I wanted to do the green calipers. So I thought that was a nice touch for this SVR. Now let's turn it to the front. Let's start to look at some of the features on this thing. And as you can see on the front, it does have the Jaguar emblem. And it has Jaguar right there on the plate. But if you look closer, right there on the grill, you can see a small SV badge right there on the lower left-hand corner. Lower right-hand corner right there. You can see the SV badge. And then when you look on the top of the hood, you can also see the SVR badging. And let's see, I believe there's another SVR badge on top right there. And let's go to the rear and see if we have any SVR badging in the rear. Yes, we do. There's one right there in the right hand corner. And then you can also see it says F-Pace on the left hand side. And it has the Jaguar in the center. Also has Jaguar over on the top of the deck lid with the Jaguar logo as well. And as I mentioned before, you see the black racing stripe that runs directly on the left side of the car. It's not centered, so you can see it goes up and all the way down the left side of the vehicle, all the way down to the front. And the special features that it comes with, as you can see, the mirrors do open and they retract back in, you know, so you can open them and retract them back. And I think that's a nice added feature to it. And under the hood, you can see, let's get you closer. There you go. You can see that V8, that 503 V8 engine sitting up under there. I do like the detail that they did to the engine cover. And you can see there's some objects in there that's painted red. So they did give it some detail under the hood. They just didn't leave it a plain black. So I do like the fact that they did that. So that's also great. Now let's go to the rear here. And you can see there's nothing in particular back here. It's just a compartment space there as normal, as usual. It's really nothing much back there. Now, let's take a look back here. Because right here on the side, or maybe opening it the wrong way, it actually has an opening fuel tank. Now, let me see if I can get it open for you guys, because it's really hard to open up this fuel tank. It may open this way. It's probably this way that it opens. There it is. So, you can see it does have an opening fuel tank right here in the back. And that's what I like about this, is because it has so many different features. So it does have an opening fuel tank, but that's not it. So let's close the fuel tank. If you look on the roof of the car, you can see these indents here, one here and one here. So that is an indication that this car actually has a sliding sunroof. So if you see, I'm putting my hand there so that I can slide it. And that you can just, there it is. You can push it and slide it back. So see, now it has a sliding sunroof. And you can see my hand is actually moving it. It slides on the track. So it does have a opening sliding sunroof. That's what I love so much about this Jag. It has that opening sliding sunroof. I think that is crazy cool. Now, my favorite part of this car is the interior. I love that peanut butter color interior right there. It's got that peanut butter and black interior on the inside. I love that. You can see the navigation in the center there, which is cool. Let's check out the rear. You can see that the rear seats, look at the rear seats. It's got that peanut butter color and black mixed in with it. Man, I love when cars have that peanut butter interior. You see the peanut butter interior on the door panels as well. Let's go around to the driver's side here. And you can see in the rear behind the driver also as well. Let's check out the driver's side there. And you can also see that the Jaguar logo is on the steering wheel. And it is very much detailed on the interior here. And in the center console, I really like what they did with this. And I can't complain too much. This is really cool. Like, I like how this Jag looks. Like, they really did an awesome job with this Jag. and I love the fact that it has so many great features in it, that it's you can't help but notice how great it looks. It does have lights, headlights, tail lights that come on. um I also love that. I am big on cars with lights. uh but this Jag is a monster. I love this thing. um I Now I did see the regular models that they made afterwards, and this was months after I didn't see these anymore. And I was looking at them, I was like, nah, yeah, they're cool. Now here's the thing. It's wild that these F-Pace SVRs came with aluminum wheels, right? So these is what I'm not sure. I believe there were two other colors with this. I'm not sure. I can't remember. It's been so long ago since I purchased this. But when they came out with the regular F-Pace later on, you know what they did? They mess around and put the black wheels on the regular F-Pace. Now I'm saying to myself, wait a minute. Now, you take the SVR and just give it aluminum wheels and don't make those black. But then later on, when you come out with the regular F-Pace, you make those black. I'm just like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, the SVR should have came with the black wheels. To me, the regular F-Pace should have been the one with the aluminum wheels. Because to me, I think the F-Pace SVR looks better with the black wheels than the regular one. To me, it adds a mystique to the sport that it already has, the sporty look that it already has. So the black wheels is just something that adds more mystique to the way it looks. But I just feel like it's backwards when you put aluminum wheels on the sporty one and you put black wheels on the regular one. I just like, no, that doesn't make sense to me. So it was a backwards thing. I mean, I found that to be really ass backwards. So, but that's why I just went on and just painted my own wheels and made them black, because I'm just like, okay, the aluminum wheels just don't do it for me, especially on this one in particular, because this Jag has a lot of black in it. It's got a lot of black trim on it. You see the black vents, the black racing stripe. It's too much black. The black Jaguar logo. It's too much black on this car to not have the black wheels. Like, you just gotta have the black wheels. It only makes sense. So I had to go ahead and make an executive decision and go ahead and paint the wheels black, because I felt like it just really brings out the Jag even more with the black wheels. So that was a decision on my part that I decided to do. So don't think that these wheels came like this. No, I had to paint these black. But if you look at the regular F-Pace, the regular F-Pace has black wheels on it already. And I'm like, why didn't y'all do this for the SVR? It just didn't make sense to me. So, that's why I said I went on and made a decision and I did my own. So it turned out to be exactly what I thought it would be. It came out looking absolutely stunning, to say the least, especially with all this black trim already on the car. I just felt like it needed to be fitted with those black wheels. Also, a side note is this SVR logo was also on the door as well. And I had to remove that because I felt like it was way too much SVR going on the car. Like it was a little too much. It was overbearing. Like it was really taking over on the truck itself. And I was just like, no, it's just way too much. It's now you just kind of overbearing it with all these SVR badges. Like it's cool with it being on the hood and being on the top and being on the rear. But having it on the side of the doors too, like that's just way too much. That's just too much. So I had to take off the SVR badges that was on the side of the doors. It was probably about as big as the one you see here on the roof. And I had to remove it because it was doing too much. It was doing too much. Like, it's cool enough just to have the Jaguar on the side of the car by itself. Like, I think just having that on the side itself is cool as hell. But having that and then having a big old SVR badge on the door when you already got it here, and back here already, like, you don't need all of that. It's not necessary. So I had to eliminate the badges that was on the side of the doors and just leave the Jaguar logo on the side. I think that's cool within itself. Just having that, that's cool enough. That's good enough. Just don't overbearing it with all of these SVR badges. I mean, you got enough already. You got one here, you got one on top of the roof, you got one in the rear, and you have a badge on the grill. You got enough badges already. You don't need two more on the doors. Now you're doing too much. So I had to eliminate those two to kind of bring it down some. Like it's too overbearing. We know it's a SVR. We don't have to put it all over the car, you know, in case blind people can't see that it's a SVR. We see it's a SVR. We see it. We don't need all of these 100,000 badges all over it. So I just had to eliminate these two to kind of bring the tone, to kind of tone it down, because they were overbearing this thing with all these SVR badges, you know. I just felt like that was too much. So, you know, I feel like that, you know, calm it down, cool it down. It's good enough as it is. So I'm going to slide this sunroof closed. And I think this is probably one of the best features that I have on this truck. And that and the opening of the fuel tank. I think this is a cool truck. And so this is my 2018 Jaguar F-Pace SVR. So you guys tell about the 2018 Jaguar F-Pace SVR. Put down in the comments. Tell me what you like about it. Tell me what you think about the features of this Jag, because I think it's totally awesome what they did to it. A little overbearing, you know, had to tone down on a couple things. But other than that, I think it was awesome. You know, had to do a wheel change, but that was awesome too, you know. So just tell me down in the comments what you think about this 2018 Jaguar F-Pace SVR. And as I always say, like, comment, subscribe, share this with your friends. See what they think about this F-Pace, you know. And until next time, you guys stay safe, stay blessed, stay prayed up, and good day.